Well, hello everybody. My name is Allie Kamen and I am excited to be filming my very first yoga video today. I'm sorry to say that it took a tragedy for me to even think about creating a video, but I'm going to make lemonade out of lemons and use this as a way to stay connected to my yogis here in California from Equinox and as a way to reconnect to my former yogis that I miss greatly from Zenergy Yoga in Arizona. So hopefully you all have an opportunity to connect with me today virtually. So this is going to be a yoga practice that is for all levels. I'll always suggest modifications that you can do. I always use these guys, blocks, super important in your yoga practice. If you don't own blocks at home, maybe grab, if you have bricks in your garage or if you've got some old books, you can stack them up depending on how high you want it. Or even go into your pantry, grab a couple of canned beans. I'm sure you all stocked up on them. And grab two of the same height and you can use that as well. So go ahead and find some blocks that you can use in your house. You can push pause as you go find it. And while you're at it, if you don't own a yoga strap, maybe grab a tie, a belt, a towel. You can even use a t-shirt. I have my daughter's KU Jayhawks t-shirt, woohoo! So grab something that you can use for a strap in case you need it, and then just hit play when you come back. So we're gonna start our practice today on our backs, so go ahead and make your way there. I'll make some suggestions. You can either start in Shavasana with your legs extended out in front of you, or you can come to Baddha Konasana, bringing the bottoms of your feet together, knees apart. That's uncomfortable for you or you need more support for your back. One of my favorite ways is to bend your knees, have your thighs come together, and then just toe heel your feet toward the edges of your mat. And just see how that allows your low back to settle, give it a little support. So find a position that's comfortable for you. Place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart, and just close your eyes and settle into your body. Take a long, slow inhale through the nose. Fill up with breath. Keep filling, keep filling, keep filling. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. Do that again. Inhale through the nose. Fill up. Exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. Continue that on your own a few more times. And while you're filling and focusing on your breath, during this time in particular where things are very uneasy, it's stressful, we don't know what the future holds right now, it's the perfect time to take a moment and acknowledge things in your life that make you happy. Because this practice is about finding your happy place. So just take a moment while you're breathing, deeply, fully. Think about 3, 4, or 5 things that truly just bring you joy, bring you happiness. And notice how that feels in your body. A couple more deep breaths. Breathing in joy. Letting go of things that bring you stress, uneasiness, keep you up at night. 2 more deep breaths, just like that. On this last one, breathe in fully, deeply. Keep breathing in, keep breathing in. Open your mouth, say the word aha, and just let that go. And then blink your eyes open to let in some light. Grab your knees, draw them into your chest, and just gently rock from side to side. And then bring your thighs to touch and make some circles with your knees, going clockwise a couple of times. And then going the opposite way. And then let both of your knees fall over to the right. We're going to extend your left arm and look left and take some deep breaths there. And then switch it up. Let your knees fall left, your gaze goes right. You're welcome to place your left hand on your right knee for a little bit deeper of a stretch. Should feel good. Yummy in your body. And then come on back to center. Squeeze both of your knees into your chest. And then release your feet to the floor. Take a moment to lift your hips up for bridge pose, reaching your arms over your head to the back of the room. So while you're here, I want you to put your energy down in your feet, pressing firmly into both feet, drawing your thighs toward each other toward the midline. You're gazing straight up at the ceiling. The back of your head is pressing into the floor. Take 2 more breaths here in your bridge pose. See if you can press a little bit more into your feet. Lift your hips. 1 more breath. And then slowly let everything come down to the floor, your spine, your hips come down. Draw those knees back into your chest. As I typically do, we're going to start our practice with a little bit of core work. So we're going to go ahead and set your legs up with 2 90-degree angles, and I want you to flex your feet. So your toes are coming back towards you, your low back is pressed into the floor. Let's take our fingertips behind the head. So no need to lace them, just have them behind your head for support. And then we're just going to lift your shoulders off the floor. Elbows go nice and wide, feet are flexed. You're gazing straight forward. I want you to lift a little higher, draw your belly button down a little bit more. Just a simple yogi bicycle. Extend your right leg, bring your right elbow to your left knee. Take an inhale here, twist a little more as you exhale. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, take it the opposite way. Inhale back to center, and just move with your breath. Your exhales are your twist. Your inhales come back to center. Exhale, twist it the other way. So depending on how much of a challenge you want, you can decide with your extended leg. If you want less of a challenge, have your leg go higher. If you want more of a challenge, have your leg go hovering closer to the floor. Or you can straight leg yogi bicycles. A little more challenging this way as well. So continue this a few more times. Exhaling as you twist. Few more. We're going to meet with our right elbow to the left knee. Take your hands on the outside of that left thigh. Maybe Charlie's Angels, your fingers as I like to call it. Lace the fingers, pointer finger reaching forward. Little pulses right here for 8. If it's too much for you to hover your right leg, let it fall down. 2 more. Come back to center and switch it up to the outside of the right leg. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back to center, both legs up to the sky for 8, 7. Try to keep your shoulder blades lifted the whole time. Belly button drawing down. 4 more. 3, 2, and release it. Draw those knees in. Release your feet to the floor. Let's do another bridge pose. Lift your hips, reach your arms up and over your head to the back of the mat. Press down in the feet, lift those hips. Take 1 more inhale here. As you exhale, bring everything back down, spine, eventually the hips and the fingertips. On your next inhale, reach your arms over your head onto the floor. Exhale, slowly lowering back down. Do that a few more times on your own. Moving bridge. Your inhales lift your hips. Your exhales bring you back down. 2 more. On this last one, I want you to keep those hips up. So keep lifting. Walk your feet a little bit closer. Press down in the feet. Lift those hips. 2 more breaths right here. And then slowly come on down. So nice. Draw those knees back into the chest. We're going to rock and roll a couple of times. And we're going to meet in a seated position at the top of your mat, sitting up nice and tall. Take an inhale here. Reach your arms up without taking the shoulders. Soften them down your back. Right hand down. Left arm reaches up and then extend over your ear. Now try to roll the left shoulder open. So notice if you're kind of coming forward, take that shoulder, roll it open. Reach and extend through that left arm. You should feel a really nice stretch on your side body. Inhale, come back to center. Both arms reach up. As you exhale, take it the opposite way. Reaching that right arm over your ear and rolling that shoulder open. Couple more breaths right here. And then come on back up. We're going to switch the cross of your legs, put the other leg in front. So where we're going to go from here, I want you to take your right fingertips behind you, left hand to your knee. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist and look back over your shoulder. Keep looking back. 2 more breaths. With each inhale, you get taller. With each exhale, you twist a little more. 1 more breath. Fully exhale. Bring your gaze back to center and just switch it up. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, look back over that left shoulder. Keep looking back. As you inhale, grow taller. As you exhale, twist more. 1 more time, just like that. Bring your head back to center. Arms come around forward and just walk the fingertips out in front of you. Try to take your shoulder blades, separate them on your back. So feel them slide down the back as you continue to crawl forward. Your gaze is down on the floor. A couple deep breaths here into that space between your shoulder blades. And then you're going to walk your hands back towards your knees. Good. We're going to just come forward into a tabletop position on your hands and knees. Look down. You want your knees underneath your hip bones, shoulders over your wrists. And take a look at your wrist creases. They should be facing the front of your yoga mat. And then from here, inhale, look up for cow pose. As you exhale, round the spine, let your head hang heavy. Good. Do that a few more times with your breath. Your inhale is your cow. And your exhale, round like a rainbow shape. Find that nice rainbow in your spine. With our happy yoga flow today, I want you to inhale, create a smile shape in your spine. Yes, a smile. And as you exhale, rainbow shape your spine. 2 more just like that. Maybe add in a hip circles as you're exhaling, or maybe a child's pose. And we'll meet in a neutral position on our hands and knees. From here, I want you to just walk your feet back to plank pose. So walk them all the way back, keeping your shoulders over your wrists. Notice if your belly's dropping down like mine is right now. If that's happening, press more to lift up. And then your heels, reach them to the back of the room. Your gaze is forward. Create a nice long line of energy from the crown of your head to your heels. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower halfway down and hover. Now you don't want your shoulders to dip below your elbows, so lift them up. Maybe drop 1 or both knees if this is too much for you. Take 2 more breaths here. Then straighten your arms, hold, and then downward facing dog. Send those hips up and back, adjusting your feet. Might need to shorten it from your plank pose. Fingers are spread. Shake your head out yes and no, letting go of any tension in the neck. As you're looking back toward your legs, if you see your heels, adjust your feet so that you no longer see them. Take 2 more breaths right here. Then bend your right knee a lot. Let your left heel sink to the floor. And then switch that up. Bend your left knee, let your right heel sink to the floor. If that feels good walking your dog, do that a few more times on your own. 1 more breath in your downward facing dog. Then lift those heels, come forward to plank pose. Might need to walk those feet back a little bit. Press into both palms equally. Lift the core, tuck the tailbone slightly. Gaze is forward. This time we're going to bend the elbows lower all the way down to your belly. Still looking forward as you make your way down. Take those elbows, hug them in, and then as you inhale, lift your heart for cobra. As you exhale, come back down. So move and connect with your breath. As you inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, lower. 1 more just like that. Inhale, lift up. Shoulders slide down the back. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Make your way either to tabletop or plank, and then to downward facing dog. Settle in. 4 breaths right here. If you haven't already started practicing your Ujjayi Pranayama breath, that ocean sounding breath, now is a good time. If you're not sure what I mean by that, it's like fogging a mirror, but you keep your lips closed. Same action in the throat. 1 more breath here. This time look forward, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Place your hands on your shins or your blocks. As you inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold forward, chest to thighs. Let your head relax, maybe shake it out. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Move those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a little. Take your arms out like wings. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale with a long spine. Slowly hinge and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank and lower slow chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra. If you're ready, upward facing dog. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Now you're welcome to add in chaturanga push-ups. If you want to add those in. 2 more breaths here in your downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, look forward, walk, softly float your feet either or to the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up with a long spine. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come back through heart center. Take a moment, take a breath. Breathe in something joyous in your life right here. On your next inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, long spine, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank and lower slow chaturanga. Take your full exhale. Inhale, find cobra or upward facing dog. If you want to add in that chaturanga push-up, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. 3 to 4 breaths here. Spread your fingers out. Put the energy in your thumb and your forefinger. At the end of your next exhale, look forward, walk or float your feet to the top. When you get there, inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. 1 more time through Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and lower slow chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra. Exhale, with a push-up or not a push-up, downward facing dog. Pause here. Big inhale through your nose. Sigh it out the mouth. Ha, yes, be noisy. On your next inhale, right leg reaches up, bend your knee, open your hip. Put a lot of energy in your right hand. Your shoulder's going to want to roll open. Try to minimize that by putting a little more energy in your right hand. And then take your right foot. We're going to step it forward. Find a runner's lunge. Now sometimes our foot doesn't quite get where we want it. Grab the ankle and move it forward. From here, I want you to toe heel your right foot to the right and then spin your left foot flat. From there, we're going to set up for Warrior One very slowly. Draw your right hip back. Pull it toward the back of your mat. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Hover your fingers. So feel this long line of energy. You're coming forward in this knee, back through your outer edge of your left foot. Take those arms back behind you. And on your next inhale, rise up, Warrior One. So Warrior One, we're settling into this front knee, but we're also pressing the outer edge of that left foot. And we're also pulling the right hip back. There's a lot going on here. The arms reach up, the shoulders relax, right hip pulls back. Allow your hips to just feel this pose. Deep breath here. If you're a back bendy person where you're gonna kind of jet your ribs forward, try to hug them in so the spine stays nice and long. 1 more breath. As you exhale, bring your hands down by your right foot. Spin onto the ball of that left foot, step your right foot back to plank. Take a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, send your left leg up, bend your knee, open the hip. This time putting lots of energy in your left hand. Take that left foot, bring it forward, and then plant that foot. Again, if it doesn't get where you want it to, move it with your left hand. Then we're going to toe heel your left foot left, spin that right foot flat. Your left foot should not be in line with the right, so look back. There should be space between the feet. And then draw your left hip back. Hover your fingers. Energize your legs. Take a few breaths here. Reach behind you. Get long. And then on your next inhale, rise up, warrior one. Left hip draws back, right hip forward. Shoulders relax down the back. Even though your fingertips are reaching up, your shoulders are relaxed. 2 more breaths right here. It's like you're trying to separate your yoga mat. Your left foot would slide forward if it could. Your right foot would slide back if it could. But your sticky mat is holding you in place. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Come onto the ball of that right foot. Send that left foot back to plank. Create that nice long line of energy again from the crown of the head, down your neck and spine, down your tailbone, your legs to your heels. Core is lifted. 1 more breath right here, and then slowly lower through your vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. 2 more breaths. And then together, let's take a unified breath. Big inhale through your nose, fill up. Open the mouth, sigh it out, let it go. So we're gonna take your right leg, reach it long behind you. Take a big inhale there. We're reaching back as opposed to up. Reach back. As you exhale, bring your shoulders over your wrists and your right knee to your right tricep and pause. So we're basically in a 3-legged plank here. We're now going to bring your right knee to your left. Cross it over. Keep pressing into both hands equally. Bring it back to the right. Hold. Bring it back to the left. We're going to drop your right shin. Spin your left foot flat. Find a modified Vashisthasana. Reach up through that left hand. Maybe arm over the ear. Make it feel good. 1 more breath. As you exhale, your left hand comes down. Your right knee lifts up toward the nose. And then plant your right foot at the top of your mat. So I want you to set up for a runner's lunge, not for a warrior one, so the feet can be more in line here. We're going to drop your left knee. Inhale into crescent B. So your hips come forward, your arms reach back. As you exhale, lift the knees, sweep your arms back behind you. Do that 3 more times with your breath. Your inhale is your crescent B, knee drops. Your exhale, lift the knees, sweep the arms back. 2 more just like that. We're going to stay right here with your exhale. Long line of energy again from the crown of the head, back through your left heel. 2 more breaths just like this. Where's your mind right now? Happy thoughts. Think of those things that bring you joy. Left hand down, right arm reaches up to the sky. Take a twist. So your energy is rising up through that right hand. 1 more big inhale right here. As you exhale, right hand comes down, step your right foot back to plank and take a vinyasa. Stepping back to plank, lowering slow, inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. And we're meeting back in downward facing dog. Settle in. Take that moment to reconnect. Notice what you're experiencing in your body. On your next inhale, send your left leg long behind you. As you exhale, left knee, left tricep. Cross it over to the right. Cross it over to the left. Cross it over to the right and hold. Let that left shin come down. Spin your right foot flat. Reach that right arm up for a modified Vashisthasana. Maybe arm over the ear. As your right hand comes down, your left knee lifts. Step that foot forward, setting up for your crescent B. So slide that right foot back. Drop your right knee. Inhale, reach up, crescent B. As you exhale, lift the knee, sweep the arms back. 3 more with your breath. We're going to meet with the arms reaching back. Create that energetic line from the crown of the head through your right heel. 1 more breath. Right hand down, left arm up. Take a twist. Keep opening that heart space toward the side wall. Energizing your left fingers as you reach up. 2 more breaths. Draw your belly button in. Spin open a little bit more. As As you exhale, left hand down, step back, take a vinyasa. Settle in. On your next inhale, reach the right leg up. Right knee to right tricep as you exhale. Cross it over to the left. Cross it over to the right. Back to the left. This time, maybe send that leg through falling star. You can also float that leg. Or you can also drop that shin for your Vashisthasana. So find an option that feels good. I personally love falling star. I think this feels so good. Lift your left hip up, regardless which variation you're in. One more breath. As your left hand comes down, your right knee comes to the nose, and plant that foot at the top of your mat. Drop your left knee, inhale, crescent B. As you exhale, sweep those arms back behind you. One more, just like that. Pause here. Reach your arms back. This time we're going to lift up to warrior three. So you can keep your arms right here and lift up, trying to square those hips. If you do have blocks or canned beans or whatever you're using, you can have your hands on blocks and reach that left leg back. Doesn't matter what you do with your hands, our legs are what we want to have the same here. This nice L shape, left hip is rolling down. You could actually look back. Look at your left pinky toe, it should be rolled down. One more breath, and we're going to rise up and send the left knee up. So you're standing on one foot, your right foot is grounding down. Take an inhale, bend your right knee a little, send it back, warrior three. Go slow, slow, slow with your breath. On your inhale, come back, lift that left knee up. Don't worry if you fall. Bend the right knee, find warrior three, send the leg back. And we'll meet in crescent pose. Land on the ball of that foot. Inhale, rise up. This time, hands to your heart, we're going to take a prayer twist, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Now, you can bring the hand down and the right arm up. Pick an option that feels right for you. You want your heart to spin open. Right elbow is pointing upward toward the sky. Crown of the head reaching forward. Draw your belly button in. Reach your left heel back. Notice how your left leg gets activated when you reach back through that left heel. One more breath. Release your hands down. Step your right leg up, down dog splits. Bend your knee, open the hip, it should feel good. If you want to flip your dog, let that right foot come down. Lift the hips and reach that arm over your head. One more breath here. If you're flipped over, flip back to downward facing dog. That's where we're going to meet. Settle into your downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths here. One more breath. This time we're all going to breathe in together. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, sigh. Ha. Let that go. So nice. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open the hip. Again, option to flip your dog if you want. If you're flipped over, come back. We're going to send your right leg forward. Same leg. Step it forward. And then we're going to toe heel the right foot to the right. Spin the left foot flat about 30 degrees. Those toes are forward. Same thing, I want you to hug your right hip back. Hover your fingers. And when you're ready, rise up, warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1 or Virabhadrasana A. Sink into the knee and try to equalize the energy coming forward in the right knee and back through that left foot. So 2 lines of energy, forward and back. Arms are up, shoulders are relaxed. Right hip pulls back, breathe. Take your arms behind you, lace your fingers. Let your hands slide down your back thigh as your heart is exposed up to the sky. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, come forward, long spine. Get parallel to the floor. Reach forward through the crown of the head. One more inhale here, and then humbly bow forward. Crown of the head down to the floor, arms reaching overhead. Now, if you have any low back issues, please, 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 release your hands to the floor and take your humble warrior of support. Please honor your body. Do what feels good. This is about finding joy in your body, joy in your practice. One more breath wherever you are. And then all I want you to do is peel your torso up parallel to the floor. We're going to come onto the ball of your left foot. And yes, you guessed it, we're coming back to warrior three. So lift that left foot. This time we're going to take our arms out like airplane wings. As I lose my balance, energetically reach through your fingers, your left toes, reach them back and down toward the floor energetically. I want you to take your right hand to a block, to a can of beans, to a brick, to books, whatever you got. Peel this left hip open. So you want to align your left hip over your right, flex your left toes, and then reach up energetically through your left fingers. You're creating this nice triangle shape with your body with only one foot on the floor. So very little energy is down in the right hand. The energy is rising up through your left fingers. One more breath. Bend your right knee, softly step back. Warrior two. So take a moment, look at your feet. Right toes are straight forward, left toes are turned in a little bit, and your right foot is in line with your left heel. Then reach your arms away from each other, sink into your right knee, gaze over your right hand, and breathe. 5 deep breaths here. And with each inhale, I want you to think of a happy thought. Anything that brings you joy. Maybe it's your yoga practice. Maybe it's the sun shining. It doesn't have to be a materialistic anything, a person, an experience, something that brings you joy. Find it right here. One more breath, one more happy thought. Keep that bend in your knee, reverse your warrior. Reach to the back of your yoga mat. As you exhale, side angle pose. Let's start with the forearm to the thigh, the arm over your ear. Extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Exhale, side angle pose. Let's do that one more time with your breath pattern. We'll meet in side angle pose. And let's come back to warrior two. So if you've been doing this with me right now, your right leg might be experiencing a little bit of heat, a little fire feeling in that right thigh. So as my California yogis often hear me say, this is like being stuck on the 405 in traffic, which right now there's none. But imagine you're driving to work on the 405. Your body's starting to get heated and fiery as you're sitting in traffic. That's what you're experiencing right now. Slow, deep breaths. You're staying calm. This too shall pass. One more breath. That's it. One more breath. Straighten your right leg. Reverse your triangle. Reach up and back. Oh, should feel so good. Find your right big toe. I want you to press into your yoga mat with your right big toe. And then rise up. Keep pressing into it. Reach forward. Right hand down, left arm up. Triangle pose. Trikonasana. Very similar shape as your half moon pose. Shoulders in alignment. Your left foot is obviously on the floor this time. 2 straight legs, so you might need to shorten your stance. You can always bump the left leg up a little bit. So notice my shoulders are open. Sometimes people feel like, I don't know, there's some prize if you have your hand on the floor. There's no prize down here. In fact, if you look at how I look with my hand down, I'm coming forward. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but you want to be able to pull open. Find your little back bend of the upper spine. Make this feel good. Explore with your body. Maybe a half wrap behind your back. If you've got long arms, maybe your right arm reaches behind and you clasp. One more breath here. If you're wrapped, reach up. Find warrior two. Sink into that knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Maybe hand on the floor. Maybe you grab your block. Maybe you keep your forearm on your thigh. This left arm, this time, let's either take a half wrap, or if you're going for the full bind, this right arm will come in front. You'll clasp behind you and then peel open. So if you're clasped and you're stuck here more like a humble warrior, back off or grab a strap, and you can place the strap in your left hand and your right arm will reach behind to give you space to open up. So find a variation you can stick with. You're thinking happy thoughts. Yep, that's it. Couple more breaths right here. I'm imagining being on a beach in Hawaii with some fresh papaya. That would bring me joy right now. One more breath. If you're wrapped, open the arms. Sink into your knee. Yes, sink into it. Find warrior two and breathe. So we're going to come back to half moon pose. So find your friend the block or just float your fingers. So if you're floating your fingers, my right hand is lifted, my left toes are engaged and active, and that would allow me to float. Otherwise, grab your block. And if you don't have a block and you can't float, it is fine to have your hand on the floor. But stay lifted, maybe up on your fingertips. From here, we're going to bring just your left hand down either on your block, setting up for warrior three, or hands at your heart. I want you to come to standing like we did before, lifting the left knee, but give it an actual lift. So we're going to be taking a twist. You can either have it with your knee or peace fingers around your left big toe so you straighten the leg. So if you've got the knee, your right hand is going to come to your knee, left arm back, and you look back toward that left arm. Otherwise, you extend your leg and do the same thing, look back. Find a focal point, your drishti, to help with the balance. One more breath, and then we're going to transition into revolved half moon. So this left leg is going to go back, your left hand down on a block, your right arm to your hips. Why to your hips, you ask? Because I want you to feel your hips. They should be parallel to the floor and even with each other. And then supercharge your left leg, reach back so much. Then maybe you spin your heart open and you reach up through your right fingertips. 3 deep breaths here. Keep reaching and breathing. You're reaching for your left foot, you're reaching up through that right arm. One more breath, you got this. Right hand down on your block, left foot steps back. We're going to set up for pyramid pose. Now pyramid pose is a short stance with your feet, very different than triangle. I personally like to do this with blocks. Where you want your triangle, your pyramid, you want your right foot and left foot not in line with each other. There's that space between the front and the back foot. Your right hip is drawing back like in a warrior one, left hip forward, and let the crown of your head relax. Maybe chin toward the chest, engaging one of the root locks in the body called the Jalandhara Bandha. That's right in the throat. By reaching the chin toward the chest, you can activate that. Keep drawing your right hip back, maybe walking your hands back towards your left foot. Maybe take your hands forward and get extension in the body. See what feels good. If you're not sure, go and explore. Now, if you feel so good right here, I want you to stay here. If you want to add a twist to this posture, bring your hands back under your shoulders. Your left hand is going to stay down. We're going to reach up for revolved triangle pose. Now your left hand might stay right where it is. More advanced yogis, move your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Draw your right hip back and reach up through your right hand. And I want you to breathe here in this twisted triangle pose for 2 breaths, or you're holding your pyramid pose. One more breath wherever you are. If you're in your twisted triangle, release it, and we're all going to step the left foot forward to meet the right. If you're using blocks, you can move them back to the front of your mat. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, let it go. Ha. Bend your knees, bring your feet together, find chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop your hips down, tuck your tailbone under. So instead of sticking your booty back, tuck the tailbone down, lift your toes so the weight is in your heels. One more breath right here. Straighten your legs and fold, let it go. Toe heel your feet apart, hip width distance or wider is fine. Your peace fingers, you're gonna wrap your big toes. If you have tight hamstrings and you're thinking, what is she thinking, I can't touch my toes? You can, you just have to bend your knees. So you can bend your knees here to grab your toes, that is perfectly fine. And then just work towards straightening your legs. It doesn't have to have straight legs, you can keep a bend. If you can straighten your legs and use the strength of your biceps to pull your torso towards your thighs. Shake your head out against the no, releasing tension. One more breath. Release your big toes, hands on your shins. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. With a long spine, inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Just take a moment here. either with your hands at your heart or hands at your sides in the traditional Tadasana or mountain pose. And just notice what you're experiencing. How is your body feeling? Are you feeling happy? As my friend Barry says, he gave me this awesome shirt that says, breathe in the good shit, breathe out the bad shit. So if you need to do that, take a moment right now. Breathe in those happy thoughts. That's our good shit, right? Breathe it in. Welcome that in your life. As you exhale, let go of that bad shit. Bring your feet back to hip width distance if they are wider. Open your eyes. Smile. Yep, smile. Yoga is about feeling good and being happy. No reason to be serious. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, let that go. You can choose right now, take a vinyasa or just step back to downward facing dog. We're going to meet in down dog or child's pose for 5 breaths. So if you're taking child's pose, big toes together, knees are wide toward the edges of your mat. That gives you room to let your torso melt down and allows your forehead to rest on the floor, or maybe make a forearm pillow. That's more comfortable for you. I want you to just take a few breaths here. Reconnect. Welcome in those happy thoughts. Notice how good your body is feeling. Mine feels pretty good, at least on one side. We still got to do the other side. One more deep breath here.